Yeah. Hello everyone. Good morning. Myself Muralidhar Reddy. I'm a DevOps consultant and solution architect. Now we are going to discussing about what is AWS WAF. WAF is nothing but Web Application Firewall. Here we have a TechWall with Murli GitHub repository that is AWS G3 Hero. And here you can come down. Here we can see the day 24. That is Web Application. Okay. On this particular day 24, I already written that everything readme file. Now, if you go up little bit, and here you can see that day 24, I have written that everything readme file. Please have a look here. First, we can discuss about what is WAF. WAF is nothing but Web Application Firewall. WAF is nothing but Web Application Firewall. It is provided by AWS team. Okay. Using this WAF, it is secured service for AWS from AWS that protects your website or web application from common online threats like hackers, bots, and malicious traffic, which could slow down your application. If someone hacked, right? Hackers attack, right? So what will happen, right? If it is consume more CPU and memory, for that one, what will happen? Your application will be slowed down your application, and also it will be exposed sensitive data, and also it will be used many resources as well because of that one. Okay. So using this WAF, it is allow you to control which traffic to allow or block to your web application by defining customizable web security rules. Inside the WAF, we can create the role and then we can define whether you want it to be allow the specific traffic or not. Will be define everything. Again, I'm repeating, this particular WAF is the security service from AWS. It will be protect your website or web application from common online threats like hackers, bots, and also malicious traffic. Okay, understand, right? Fine. Now you can see it here, what it protects. This particular web application WAF, it will be protect. These are the services in the AWS so far. One is cloudfront distribution. This is a global level. And then API gateway and also application load balancer, AppSync GraphQL API, and also Cognito user polls and app runner service and verified access instances. Here, remember, in the real time, mostly we'll be used these three only. One is CloudFront, second one is API gateway, and third one is application load balancer. Understand that? These are the three things it will be support. Here you have to remember 99% will be used this application load balancer only. Very rare cases will be used this particular one. And you may ask question, Murli, here you mentioned that only application load balancer. It won't be support network load balancer. Yes, it won't be support. WAF, it will work in the layer 7. That's why here you can protect only application load balancer. Okay. Application load balancer. Understand that? Understand that? And coming to the key features. One is manage rules. AWS provide manage rules that include pre-configured rules to protect against common threats like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, unknown bots, known bad bots. Okay, there are the different things. It will be predefined. You don't require. You can use that already existing rules. Okay, these rules all regularly updated by vendors. It means, like example, it is AWS. Okay, they will be keep on update these particular rules as well. Okay, and the customizable rules. And also, if you want to be create your customized one, and if you want to be define any specific conditions under the particular web app, you can. If you want to be allow, if you want to be block, if you want to be monitor web request, you can do that everything in the customizable rules as well. In the particular customizable rules, we can define based on IP address and also HTTP headers and URI strings as well. And also some other things also we can do that. Okay, clear, right? Understand that? Remember, usually 99% will be use the manage rule set only. In case if you want to be block the specific IP address, you suspected that the particular IP is hacker, then what you can do, right? We can block the particular IP, creating customized rules. That is a rule set in the WAF. Will be create and will be apply the particular rule set in the web ACL so that it will be blocked. Okay, understand that? And also we can integrate with the AWS services. As I said, we can integrate with these other services. One is CloudFront, API gateway, load balancer, application load balancer. Okay, these are some other things as well. Okay, AWS AppSync, allowing to protect our application deployed on these particular services. Whatever deployed in the services, right, it will be protect. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? And also we can monitor and logging. We can also enable the logs, and we can view that particular logs, what is happening, which one it is blocked, which load balancer it is utilized, okay, which role it is blocked, and everything we can able to see it in the logging. And also we can monitor that traffic as well, everything. And also if you want, you can set up that alarms based on metrics to alert your alert to potential attacks, whatever attacks happening, right? You can get that if you want to, if you want to be configured, you can configure and get the alerts as well. And scalability and performance. Here, one of the most thing in interview level also, they may ask the question, and also you may get doubt. Hey Murli, you are telling that we'll be create that ACL, and we can associate that particular load balancer to the ACL. Is there any latency? No, it won't be any latency. The reason, Web ACL automatically scale with your application traffic. If 1 million traffic, 10,000 traffics per minute, so everything it will be handled by WAF. Also it will automatically scale. Okay, you don't want to worry about that latency part. It is very low latency only. Okay, it will be used at our global network of edge locations. Using that one, it will be maintained the less low latency performance. Okay, clear, right? And also we do have rate limiting and also bot control. And if you want to be define the specific one rate-based rules to protect against our application layer, you can such as like brute force login attempts and also HTTP floats. You can do that. You can configure this rate limiting and bot control as well. Okay, but in the real time, very rarely we will be use it, but you should be aware of this particular one as well. Okay, understand it? You understand it? What is WAF? What are the features of providing? We will have manager one and customizable rules as well we can create. And you can go to the Google, you can type it here, AWS WAF. Okay, if you type it here, we can say this is our web application firewall, and here we'll view this particular one. And also if you want, you can see the pricing part as well. Okay, how much it is charged. When you are implementing any new service, first immediately either manager or team lead, they will ask the question like, how much it will be charged? Can you please get that quotation? Okay, first you have to be see that how much it will be charged that particular WAF, and then everything's fine. Then we'll go with implementation. Example, if you see here, Web ACL, they will be charged $5 per month. And also rule, if you create any rule, it will be charged $1 per month. And also if you create any request, right, it will be charged 1 million request, it will be charged $0.60. Understand that? Any questions here? Any questions here? Next, we'll be see that how do we create that Web ACL everything. And also you can go here, web WAF, you can type it here, WAF. Now you can click this one, WAF. Remember, WAF is the particular Web ACL is the specific, what you can say, what you can say, like region specific. Okay, and here you can see that WAF, when you type the WAF, it is showing that a global only. But the thing is, WAF is global when you create the Web ACL. Web ACL is nothing but Web Access Control List. Here you can see that namespace level. Okay, and one more thing, this particular Web ACL, it will be default the particular shield standard also it is included. In case if you need AWS Shield advanced one, what it will happen, right? It will be more advanced DDoS attacks also it will be covered, this particular AWS Shield. But this particular AWS Shield, it is per month it is $3,000. Here we can see that $3,000. It is not account level. What you can do, right, in the real time, we may have that AWS organization. If you have in the child's account, okay, what we can do, right, we can purchase there, and then it will be we can enable that all the accounts. Just it will be charged at $3,000. And also we do have that FM, that is the Firewall manager. Using this Firewall manager, if you want to be manage your Web ACL for all the accounts, we can do that one as well. Remember, when you use this AWS Shield advanced one, this particular FM firewall manager and also WAF, both are free. You don't require to pay anything. Okay, clear, right? Later part, I will show you how do we create the web ACL so that you will get some idea. In this video, we are going to discussing about creating and managing web ACL in AWS WAF. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. For that one, right, we have a GitHub repository, and here we have a AWS 0 to hero GitHub repo. And then here I have mentioned that day wise. And then if we come down little bit in the WAF, the day number is, we come down, if you see here, day 24 WAF, okay. And then here in this day 24, I already written that all the step-by-step process. You can see it here, okay, fine. Now here I have mentioned that creating and managing the web ACL. Now I'm inside this AWS account. Remember, web ACL is region specific. Okay. So for that one, you can type here. You can go to the WAF. WAF earlier we discussed, right? What is WAF? Everything. So here you can see that WAF in the left side. In the left side, you can see that web ACL. Okay. If you see here, web ACL. Web ACL is nothing but as access control list. Okay, using this web ACL, we can protect our applications. This particular web ACL, it will be support different types of services. Earlier we discussed application load balancer, okay, API gateway, cloudfront. There are multiple services it will be support. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the web ACL. Remember, when you go to the web WAF, it will be show that global only. But when you create the web ACL, you have to select the specific region. In my case, I'm selecting North Virginia. In my case, I'm selecting North Virginia. Okay, clear, right? Now you can select the North Virginia and you can create a web ACL. Here, there are two options. One is global level resources. That is a CloudFront, because CloudFront is global level. That's why here it is mentioning that. And the second one is region specific. In the region specific, it will be support that application load balancer, API gateway, REST APIs, and app runner, app sync, and also cognito user pools, and also verified access instances. Okay, these are the things we can protect. Okay, whatever resources here, right? Example, if you go with application load balancer, behind we have a EC2 instances, right? So the particular application load balancer, whatever deployed the application, okay, when you access using the particular application, right? In the behind we have a application load balancer. The particular one we can apply it. Okay, in our case, right? I'm going to show you application load balancer only. Now you can select this one, and here most important thing, region. Which region? Here we have different regions. In my case, we are going to create the web ACL in the North Virginia. Now you can select this North Virginia, and here it is asking the name of the particular web ACL. Remember, our account is infra account. So if it is infra account, the particular VPC is infra VPC, right? That's why what we will do, right? We will be give it like this: infra hyphen web ACL. Okay, will be mentioned like this. Remember, guys, infra is the infra VPC web hyphen ACL. Okay, or infra hyphen ENV will be mentioned like that. Example, we have mentioned that infra hyphen web hyphen ACL. Okay, and the description also I'm mentioning same. And then here we have a CloudWatch metric name, same as it here, whatever name you are giving, that same name it will be displayed. If you want, you can change it, but you can keep it same only. And then you can come down here. What are the resources if you want to be attached? Here it by default it is optional. Later part we can add it. But here what I'm doing, I'm add AWS resources. Click this one, and here you can see that application load balancer. If you have any application load balancer, and here it will be display. If you have any API gateways, app runners, everything. Okay. Later part I will add it application load balancer, but currently I'm not adding. Just you can click next. Okay. Now we have clicked the next, and here it is asking the add rules and rule group. And here you have to remember there are two types of things, rules. One is AWS managed one, managed rule group, and second one is our own rules. Okay, mostly in the real time, we always go with the managed rules only. Very rarely will be create. If anything specific we want to create our own rules, we will be creating. Okay, now what I'm doing here you can select that add managed rules. Okay, and then here you can see that different things. Here AWS managed rules. These are the AWS managed rules, and here we can see that if you want to be enable this one account creation fraud prevention, and if you want you can enable this one, but here they will be charged per month $10. But usually here you can come down a little bit here, and here we have a free rule groups as well. So we will be use this particular free rules only. Example, admin protection. Okay, Amazon IP reputation list, anonymous IP list, you can do that. But here whatever you are going to be enable it, and here we have a capacity. The capacity is 100. It means if you enable this one, it will be utilize the capacity 100 capacity. Okay, but here in the WAF we have a capacity limitation. We can it should not be exceed 5,000 Web ACL capacity. Okay, I will show you later sometime. Okay, and here we have added. If you want to be edit this one, you can edit this one as well. And here you have a admin protection, URI path. If you want to be override to allow, if you want to be allow, you can allow it. If you want to be block, you can do that everything. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here just you can select that. Just you can click that cancel. Yeah, here you can see that rules I haven't added anything. Let's see. And here we can see that, as I said, Web ACL capacity units. And here the particular total Web ACL cannot exceed 5,000. Okay. And using over 1,500 affect your cost. It means if you use more than 1,500, right, it will be charged a little bit. Okay, from AWS team. Okay, from AWS they will be charged. If you want to be see any pricing part, you can click this one and you can go ahead and check it. Okay, now you can click this one, and here you can check related to WAF related how much charge for that specific one. If you see here, Web ACL per month it will charge $5. Okay, hourly basis. Okay, and also rules we have $1, and also request we can see that how many requests, everything. Okay, fine, super. Now you can come down, and here next one is default Web ACL action. It should be in the allow only. Later part, if you want to be block specific one, we will be do that. But currently, always when you create any Web ACL, this particular option should be allow only. Default it should be allow all the requests. If you want to be block specific one, later part after we created this Web ACL, we will be block it. Okay, clear, right? Fine. Now you can come here. Here we can see that token domain list. You can ignore it. We won't be use it. Now you can click the next. And here you can see that earlier if you added any rules, it will be displayed here. But earlier we haven't added any rules. The reason later part I will show you how do we add it, what are the rules will be added, everything will be discussed. Okay. Now you can click next. And here you can see that Amazon CloudWatch metrics also it is nothing. And here, if you want to be see the request sampling option in the AWS console, after you created this Web ACL, you wanted to see like whether the requests are going or not, whether it is blocking or not. If you want to be see the sample one, you can enable this one. Now I'm enabling this one. The reason we wanted to see that whether the traffic is going or not, everything we can verify it. Okay. Now you can click next. Now if you see here you can review that all the options whatever we selected. And if you want to be change it, you can edit step 1, step 2, step 3, everything you can do that. Now, in our case, everything looks good. Now I'm going to create the Web ACL. Now you can click this one. Now it is creating the Web ACL. Where it is created? It is created in the North Virginia. Okay. And here we can see that infra Web ACL. And then what is the description? And here you can see that it is generated one ID. Okay. This is the unique ID of the specific Web ACL. Again, I'm repeating why I have mentioned that infra, because my account is infra. This particular account we have a infra VPC. That's why we wanted to protect. That's why we mentioned that infra-Web ACL. Okay. Now you can click this one. Now you can click this one. And here we can see that everything we can discuss step by step. What are the options we have here? so that you will get some idea. Later part, how do we integrate associated load balancer, everything we can discuss. Okay. Now here you can see traffic overview, and here we can see that what type of traffic you want to be filter here. If you wanted to be filter all traffic or specific bot control. Okay. And here we can see that terminating rule actions, whether it is blocked one, allowed one, and captcha or challenge. Okay, here it will be displayed that what is happening, total request, and how many blocked, how many allowed, or how many captcha and challenge, everything it will be displayed here. Okay, clear, right? Fine. Now we can come down a little bit, and here we can see that action totals, how many actions here it will be displayed. Currently it is empty because we haven't integrated with any application load balancer. That's why you are not able to see it anything here. Okay, and the top 10 rules, and also you can come down here, sample of bot detection, client device types, and here client device types means how they have access, whether they have access to using desktop or mobile, everything it will be displayed here. Okay, and also attack types and the top 10 countries, which countries they are accessing that application, it is blocking, everything it will be displayed here. Later sometime, once we integrate with LB application load balancer, when you hit this one, it will be captured here where it is coming, everything we can, I will show you. Okay, clear, right? Any questions this one? Fine. And coming to the rules, and here we have as I said, here we can create the rules, and here we have a different types of rules. And if you want, you can create the add manage rule groups. And if you want to create your own rules and rule groups also, we can do that. You may ask question, Murli, when it will be happen? Let's take example. You have created the web ACL. You have associated the load balancer. Okay. But you suspect that one of the IP frequently we are getting the requests. You wanted to block the specific IP. Then what we will do, right? We'll be create our own rule and rule group. Then we'll be attached here. Okay. We'll be attached here. Any questions now? Fine, right? We'll be attached here. Okay, I will show you later sometime this one part. Okay, and also as I said, here we have it. And if you want to be increased, you can have a look our service quota, and also you can raise the ticket with AWS team. If there is any possibility, we can increase the specific one. Okay, fine. And also here we can see that default one, it is allow only, and captcha configuration, that is a 300 seconds. We mentioned that. Okay, and also challenge configuration also, it is 300 seconds. It means captcha means nothing but when you go to any of the website during that time, sometimes it will ask the captcha to enter to log in or sign up, right? Similar to here also, if you want, you can mention that. If some user, if they wanted to access it, they can configure like this. Okay, clear, right? Fine. Now you can go here and then associated AWS resources. And if you want to be associate here, you can associate here. Whether application load balancer, API gateway, whatever you want, you can do that. Currently, we don't have any application load balancer. We don't have any API gateways. That's why it is not displaying here. Okay, fine. Now you can go here, custom response bodies. If you want to create any custom response bodies, either text format, JSON or HTML, you can do it here. You can do it here. Okay, understand, right? You can do it here. Fine. Now you can go here and go to the logging metrics, and here you can see that if you want to be enable the logs, you can do that. Currently it is a disable only default. If you want to enable it, you can enable this one, and here we can see that one is cloudwatch log group, and second one is Firewall stream, third one is S3 bucket. Here you have to remember, depends on use cases. If it is the production we are frequently using, usually recommended way, you will go with the cloudwatch logs. There will be stored the logs, so we can easy to troubleshoot. Okay, sometimes we are not much using, but we wanted to maintain some logs, we'll be go with S3. In the S3, we'll be stored that particular logs. Okay, later part I will show you. And here also, if you want to be exclude specific one, okay, exclude specific one, you can do that. But in the reality, we won't be exclude any type of HTTP method, query string, URL path, string, single header. We want to do that. Always will be capture everything. Okay, fine, clear. Now you can go up a little bit. Now you can click this one. And then sample request. As I said, here you can see that sample request here. Currently, we don't have anything because we haven't integrated anything. That's why you are not able to see it here. Okay, now you can go here. CloudWatch log insights. Here only you can query any logs here. But the thing is, if you want to see it here, in the logging, you should be enable this logging with CloudWatch. Then only you can able to see it here. In the directly can troubleshoot from here as well. Okay, later part I will show you. And also, if you want to be download your a web ACL JSON, you can click this one, and here it is open. If you want, you can click this one, and if you want to be open this one, you can do that. Here you can see that. Okay, here we can see that. Clear, right? Any questions now? Any questions? This is only useful for our reference purpose. If you want to be see it, what are the rules we have, whether it is allowed or not, everything you want to see it here, JSON format, you can do that. Okay, clear. Now what, and also here we can see that ARN, that is this particular one, region specific, that one, and also here we can see that particular ID, it is generated a particular ID. Okay, fine. Now you can go here. Here we have created, and also you can see that a bot control dashboard. If you want to be enable it, usually bot control we won't be use it. Okay, if you want, you can ignore this one as well. Nothing much worry. Application integration also we won't use it. And next one, IP set. As I said earlier, okay, let's take example. You have application that the particular application, you are seeing that suspected IP. You wanted to block that particular one. Then what you can do? First, you have to create here IP set, and then you have to create this IP set, create IP set, and here you can give it that name of the IP set, and then IPv4, IPv6, and here you can mention that specific IPs. And then this particular IP set will be added in the web ACL level so that it will be applied. Okay, clear, right? Fine. And also here you can see that rejects pattern set. If you want to set any rejects pattern set, you can do that one as well. Okay, and if you want to be set up patterns, here you can see that specific one. If you want, you can do that. Okay, but this particular one depends on use cases, will be used it. And then rule groups also, if you want to be create any rule group, here you can create that specific rule group, and here you can mention it, and then this particular rule group will be added in the web ACL level. Okay, will be added in the web ACL level. And then here you can see that marketplace manage rules. Here we have a different types of marketplace related one. We can see it here. Remember, as I said earlier, when you add any rules, we always go with the free one only. But in the free one also, we have a capacity that should not be exceeded 5,001. Okay, clear, right? Fine. Any questions now? Here, you have to remember one thing. This particular web ACL, the particular WAF, it will be work in the layer 7. You may ask question, Murli, it will be support only application load balancer. It won't be support network load balancer. Yes, it won't be support. It will be protect only application load balancer. And the second thing is, currently we have created web ACL. We log into the AWS account we have created here, correct? But in the real time, we may have 20, 100, 200 accounts also, AWS accounts in the different project, different regions. Okay, understand, right? Now, how do we manage those things? For that one, you don't require to go to all the AWS accounts. You don't require to go to all the AWS account to create a web ACL like this. What we will do, right? If you want to create a centralized one, we'll be use this particular firewall manager. Firewall manager, FM. Firewall manager. We'll be use this particular firewall manager. But if you want to use this firewall manager, what you have to do? Your organization in the organization level, the particular AWS accounts is available in the AWS organizations. Are you aware of AWS organization? Here we have AWS organization. This particular AWS organization should be enabled. Understand, right? This particular organization should be enabled. The particular all the AWS accounts we are managing in the central one. Okay, central one. Then only you can able to enable it. If you see here, example, I'm going to click the start. Here it is asking that this AWS account cannot the firewall manager administrator account. Use the AWS organization management account to set the firewall manager administrator account. Okay, understand that? That's why I highly recommend when we have a multiple AWS accounts, the particular AWS accounts we are maintaining as an organization. Okay, then what we can do, right? We can use firewall manager from this particular centralized one. Okay. From here, we can create AWS accounts. Sorry, the particular web ACL in the destination accounts. Okay. I will show you later part. Okay. But you should be idea this one. Understand, right? And second thing, web ACL, it will be support the default AWS Shield one, standard one, it will be support. But if you want to be support the DDoS attacks, then what we'll do, right? We'll be use the AWS Shield. We'll be use the AWS Shield. That too. 1 second. We'll be use the AWS Shield. Okay. It will be protect advanced one as well. It will be manage DDoS protection service. Understand, right? What I'm saying, default in the web ACL, it will be support only AWS standard one. But if you want to be protect advanced one, DDoS advanced one, then what we'll do, right? We'll be use the AWS Shield one as well. Here also, as I said, we always use the AWS organization. In the particular AWS organization, it will be having the centralized account. From there, we'll be add all the linked accounts. Okay, child accounts. From there, what you can do, right? This particular what we'll do, will be purchase that shield in the central account. From there, we can apply to the all the child accounts. It means all the destination accounts, we can enable it. Remember this, so far it will be paying, it will be charged per month $3,000. Okay. If you have organization, AWS organization, guys, I'm talking about AWS organization. Here we have, right? Here we can see that multiple AWS accounts here. Okay. Now currently we haven't enabled, that's why you're not able to see it here. But in the real time, I'm talking about. Okay. Fine. Now what you have to do, we'll be purchase this AWS Shield. And then if you have a multiple accounts in the particular AWS organization, so it will be, we can use it same. It is not charged for individual accounts $3,000. It will be entire AWS organization. It will be charged per month $3,000. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Any questions now? Any questions? No, right? I hope understand, right? How do we create the web ACL? Later part, I will show you how do we apply the application load balancer. How do we block the specific request? If the request is coming as from specific IP, how do we block? I will show you that one as well. Okay, fine. Now we are going to discussing about applying a web ACL to a application load balancer. Let's see the demo so that we'll get some idea. For that time, we have already day 24, and here we can see that applying a web ACL to a application load balancer. For that one, we already having one sample application. We have created the load balancer, and also we have created that record here in the Route 53 app.echolithmurli.in, and here I'm hitting the particular URL. I'm able to access it. Now what we can do, whatever we have this particular application load balancer, we can protect. Application load balancer, we can protect. For that one, you can go here, go to that WAF. Okay, go to the WAF here, and earlier we already created, right, the particular one. In the left side, you can select here web ACL, and here most important, guys, you have to select the specific region. In my case, we already in the North Virginia, that's why it is displaying. Sometimes, right, some of the organizations, they may use California, Oregon, Ohio. So you have to be select the specific one to see your existing web ACL. Okay, fine. Now we can click this one. Now what we have to do, we have a load balancer, this particular load balancer, we have a listeners, everything, and we are able to access it. This particular load balancer, we have one of the sample application, the particular HTTP application, it is accessing. Okay, now what we have to do, we need to associate this particular load balancer to the WAF. And then we'll be see that how do we block the specific IP as well. Okay, for that one, you can go here, and here we can see that associated AWS resources. Now you can select this one, and here you can see that add AWS resources. Now you can click this one, and here we can see that resource type, application load balancer, Amazon API gateway, Amazon app runner. There are multiple ones, but in our case, I'm selecting the application load balancer, and here you can see that we have only one application load balancer. In the real time, we may have 30, 40, 50, 100, 200 load balancers also. you have to be select the specific one. Okay, each environment will be having the different load balancers. Now you can select this one. Now you can click add one. Now if you see here, the particular load balancer is added here. It means this particular web ACL, it is protecting this particular application load balancer. But just adding here, it is protecting. No, default, just it is protecting, that is fine. But we haven't added any rules. We haven't added any rules. You have to add the rules whether you want it to be block the specific one. Example, when we created that web ACL, during that time we have selected all traffic should be allowed. But after created that particular allow, you need to add the specific rules. Okay, what are the rules you need to add it? As I said, here we have two types. One is this particular manage rule group. Second one is my own rules and rule group. Okay, first we can discuss manage rule group. For that one, you can go in this GitHub repo, and here I have mentioned that all the AWS manage rule groups, whatever we are going, we will be use it in the real time. Example, we'll be use the AWS core rule set, CRS. Here it will be protect SQL injection, okay, and also cross-site scripting, command injection, and also local file inclusion, and also HTTP protocol violations. It will be cover this particular AWS core rule sets. Okay, let's take example. This one we can say AWS core rule set. Now you can go here. Here you can add it, manage one, and here you need to select this AWS manage rule group. Select this one, and here you can search with the specific one. What is that one? Now you can come down. Yeah, here we can see that core rule set. Here it will be utilized 700 capacity. Now what I am going to do, I am going to add this one. If you see here, add to the web ACL. Before going to add to the web ACL, what I am going to do, I am going to edit this one. If you click the edit one, and here we can see that whatever we discussed. If you see here, overall all rule groups, whether you want to be allow, whether you want to be block, whether you want to be keep it count. It means if the request is come, but it will be count the number of requests from the particular one. And if you want to be mentioned that captcha, we can do that. If you want to be mention that any challenge, if you want to be give it, we can do that one. Okay. And here when you select that core rule set, and here we can see that multiple things. Example, you can come down. Okay, generic one, and here you can see that the scripting URI path. Okay, and also cross-site scripting cookie, and there are multiple things. Same thing I have discussed in here, right? Cross one, SQL also we can see it here. I think just type it SQL. SQL is not covering. Okay, fine. Anyway, fine here. Okay, here we can see that the specific one. Example, I wanted to be the particular URI path, but the default rule action is blocked one. Okay, but I wanted to only this specific one. I wanted to be allow it. Then what you can do? You can give the override to allow. It means even though if you selected entire one, even though you have selected the rule group, in the rule group also sub we have. Okay, if you want to be allow or deny block specific one, you can come here and you can do that one. And you may ask question when this type of situation will occur. Usually this type of situation will come. Okay, sometimes one of the application example in the production application. Okay, the cross-site scripting URI path it is blocking. Okay, they immediately raise the ticket. Hey, it is blocking. We are getting the 403. Okay, then we will be verified. And then we will be get the approval from our team lead or manager. And then if it is mandatory, we'll be mentioned that block to specific allow one. Example, I have selected that allow one. Now you can save rules. Okay, now click the proceed. Okay, now here you can see that here we added, right? Already we added the specific one. Remember, here we have, it is not only core rule set, we do have multiple things. As I said, here we can see that non-bad inputs rule set. Here we can see that what are the things it will be covered, and also SQL injection rule set as well. And here you can check it that SQL one, SQL database. Okay, we don't have this one. Huh? Okay, non-bad inputs. If you see here, non-bad inputs as well. There are Linux related operating system one. If you want to be anonymous IP set, there are multiple things. Everything I have mentioned here, XSS rule set, IP reputation list rule set, and also anonymous IP list rule set. Everything we can see it here. Okay, whatever I have mentioned, this usually will be used. And also here we can say that if you want to be enable DDoS protection rule set, you should be enable that shield advanced one. By default, it is shield normal one, standard one. But if you enable this shield advanced one, you can use this particular rule set as well. This is for only for advanced shield advanced who are using the shield advanced customers. It will be applicable. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Any questions? Now what I'm going to do, just I have added this core rule set. Here you have to remember, depends on use cases. Usually will be anonymous IP list will be added. Okay, and also non-bad, you can add it, everything. Example, if you go with anonymous IP list, right, now you can edit this one. And here we can see that everything. Overall, if you want to be allow or block, you can do that. Default, it is block only when you add it. And here we can see that anonymous IP list and hosting provider IP list, whether you want to be allow or deny. Here you may ask question where it is coming, this anonymous IP list, everything. This list it will be managed by AWS team. Okay, fine, right? Now you can just save with this one. Default it is that one only. Now we have added two things. If you see here, we have added total 3. Now what you have to do, once we added there, what you have to do, again you have to save it here. If you see here, total we have a 5,000 maximum, and here we reaching 950. It is displaying how many we are using, how many capacity we are using. This particular one, it is 700 capacity. The second one, it is 50 capacity. Third one is 200 capacity. Okay, fine. Now we can save it. Now if you go and check it here, right? Now we have added this one. Whatever we have added this one, anything is coming the request, it will be block default. As we mentioned, inside there, we will be block it. If anything inside this particular rule also, if you want to be allow specific one, right? If you allowed any specific one, if you see here, example, if you wanted to be allow size restriction body, default is deny, it will block. If you want to be allow, you can do that one as well. Okay, clear, right? If you want, you can do that one. If you see here we mentioned that override allow this specific URI path. It will be displayed here. Okay, clear, right? Any questions? Okay, this is the these are the managed one. These are the managed one. Okay, if any requests come, whatever we mentioned that it will be blocked. And also here we can see that priority as well. 0, 1, 2, it will be automatically. If you want, you can change the specific priorities as well. Okay, clear, right? Any questions? And as I said, during the adding the rules time, yes, if you want to be allow, if you want to be default, is block only. After few days, we got the issue in the dev environment, QR, prod, pre-prod, whatever, wherever. Okay, then what you have to do? First, you have to be check the logs where it is coming. Then we'll be added. Later sometime I will be show you how do we block the specific IP address. Example, it is coming the request from one of the IP. You suspected that is malicious. Then what you can do? We'll be added the specific IP, and then whether we are able to block or not, we can see it. Okay, clear, right? Any questions? How do we associate the rule, and also how do we add the rules as well? You got some idea. And also IP set, I will be show you later sometime. And also here, if you want to mention that rejects pattern set, you can do that. And also if you want to create any rule group, you can create the rule group and you can add it there as well. Okay. Any questions now? Now we are going to discussing about blocking a specific IP address in WAF. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. For that one, as I said earlier, we are already having the load balancer. I'm able to access our application. Okay, this particular app.techolith we already integrated in the Route 53, the particular load balancer. Now you can able to access. Hello, Mule Murli. Welcome to Techolith Murli. Okay, super. Now what we have to do, right? I wanted to block specific IP. Okay. Now here we already created WAF. Okay, and also we have associated the specific load balancer as well, where we have deployed our application. That is this particular application where we deployed the particular one we have added here. And also we have added the rules as well. Some of the rules. One is AWS managed rule, common rule set, and also anonymous IP list. Okay, everything we have added. Okay, fine. Now what you have to do here, I'm accessing our application. Okay, Now this is my IP. I mean, I'm accessing from my end, right? It means my public IP, I wanted to block it. Example, why I'm taking my public IP? Example, one of the guy, he's the hacker, he's trying, okay, trying to access it. You are suspecting that that particular IP, you are getting a lot of requests. Okay, then what you have to do, you need to block the specific IP. Then what you can do, we can block in the, we can create a rule set in the WAF, and then we can block, we can add the particular rule set in the web ACL. So that what will happen, right? If you accessing from here, it will be block it. For that one, what I'm doing here, I'm taking example, my public IP. Okay. For that one, what you have to do, we can go to the Google, and then here you can type it. Okay, you can type it here, google.com. Okay, and then here, what is my public IP? What is my IP address? And here you can see that what is my public IP. Now you can click this one, and here it will be display the IPv for public IP. This is my public IP. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to block this particular public IP. How do we do? Go to the WAF. On the left side, we can see that IP set. Go here, and then create IP set. And then here I'm giving that IP block. Okay, you can give anything. Example, I have mentioned that IP block, and here we can see the region is North Virginia only, because our web ACL also is available in the North Virginia. And here we can see that IPv4 or IPv6. And here you can mention, this is the IP, I wanted to block it. Don't mention like just IPs, you have to mention /CADR. In our case, that is /32. It is only single IP, right? That's why you can mention that /32. Okay. Now what you can do, now you can create a IP set. Okay, now we have done this particular IP set, and here you can see that the specific IP we have done. If you want to be added extra IP addresses, you can add it here directly. Fine. Now what you have to do, now I'm going to the web ACL. Now I'm going to the web ACL, and here we can see that select this particular web ACL. Okay. Now you can go to the rules, and here you can go to that add rule, and here you can see that add my own rules and rule group. Now you can select this one, and here we can see that whether it is IP set or whether it is rule builder or whether it is rule group. But in our case, I'm selecting the IP set. Okay. Now here it is asking the name. Here, what is the name you wanted to give it? Example, I'm giving that IP block. Okay. And then you can come down. If you remember, in the IP set, we have mentioned that IP set name is IP block, right? You can select the specific IP set name. Okay. Now you can select this one. And here, whether it is source IP address in the header, select the source IP only. Okay. Now you can come down here. Most important, whether you want it to be allow or whether you want it to be block, whether you want it to be count or captcha challenge. Okay. Example, you suspect that that particular whatever I have added the IP, it is malicious IP. It means like a hacker trying to do that something. Okay. Then what you have to do, you can mention here blocked one. You can mention here blocked one. Example, I'm adding this blocked one, add rule, and then it is added. Now you can see it here. Now you have to apply this one. Earlier we have a 3, and then just now we have added this one. It is showing that block mode. Okay. Now what you can do, here we can see the capacities. It is taking only 1. Fine. Now you can go ahead and save it. Now I have saved this one. Okay, super. Now if you go and try to access our application, if you see here, earlier we got that specific one, but now you are getting that 403. The reason we have blocked here, we have blocked the specific IP, that is my public IP. Now I'm trying to access our application. You are getting this particular 403. The reason in the WAF level it is blocked. When you in the WAF level, when you blocked in the WAF level, so you can't access our application. Here you have to remember not only this particular URL, sometimes it will be sub URL as well, /login sign up something, right? There also sometimes it will be blocking. Then you have to check which rule it is using to block. Depends on that one, whether you want to be allow or not, you have to be take the action. Okay, clear, right? This is the process of blocking the specific IP in the WAF level. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Here you have to remember one thing. Sometimes you may get a request from either developer, QA team, or whoever. Like, hey, one of the URL, it is blocking. Example I'm telling. Okay. Example, this app.techolithmurli.in, and then here you can give it /signup. Okay, example I'm telling. This particular signup, sorry, 1 second. Here the specific signup. Okay. Now, what is happening? They are facing that 403 error. They immediately reach out us as a DevOps engineer or CloudOps engineer or SRE, whoever, depends on project to project. Okay. Now they immediately saying like, hey, it is blocking. You are getting the 403. There are two reasons. One is usually 403 will get it if they don't have access. It is access related issue. Okay, they will get those things. That is fine. Everyone aware. Okay, fine. What is the next one? Second thing is, if you get any request after you have implemented the Web ACL, WAF, or shield, everything. Okay, now if they get that request, they are getting the specific IP, the specific URL. Okay, example, this one like this. Okay, then first thing you have to be checked. What you have to be checked? The particular whatever they gave the URL, right? Example app.techolithmurli.in. Just to do the NS lookup, you will get that whether it is using that the particular NS lookup, the particular application DNS name, it is attached to the application load balancer or not. First, you have to be find out that one. If it is not with application load balancer, now you can easily inform them, hey, it is not an issue in the WAF level. The reason in the WAF level will be attached only application load balancer, not the network load balancer, some other things, gateway load balancer. Okay, clear, right? This part is clear, right? What I'm saying, when you get the request, first to do this particular whatever DNS name, NS lookup, you will get to know whether it is using application load balancer or not. If it is not using application load balancer, then what you have to do, you can inform to them, hey, it is not any, it is not blocking in the, it is not an issue with WAF, because WAF we can associate only application load balancer. Okay, this part is clear. Second thing, in case if it is application load balancer, after you done this app.ns lookup, you can go here. You can go here, app.ns lookup, or you can directly go to the route 53 and you can verify as well. Okay, here NS lookup I have open, and then just I'm doing here. Here you are getting that IP address. If you're not finding exactly whether it is application load balancer or not, usually you can find it using these public IPs. Even that network load balancer also you will get it if you create the internet facing, that is secondary. But you can go to the route 53 and you can check it. Okay, fine. Now it is showcasing that it is application load balancer. Now what is the next step you have to be checking? The particular load balancer, whether the particular WAF it is associated or not. Understand, right? The particular load balancer, whether it is associated or not. If it is not associated with application load balancer, then it is not an issue with the WAF. Again, I understand that if it is not an issue with, I mean, if it is not associated the particular load balancer in the WAF level, Web ACL, it is not an issue with WAF. Okay, clear, that part clear. Okay, these two understood, right? Third thing, it is the application load balancer. We have associated the particular load balancers to the WAF level. Then what is the next step? You have to get that URL. They already provide the specific URL. Then what you have to do? You need to go to the load logs, and you need to go to the logs, and you need to find out the specific URL where it is blocking. Okay, where it is blocking, which rule group it is blocking. In the logs, it will be display when you block anything, right? In the WAF level, it will be display that specific rule group. Which rule group it is blocking, it will be displayed. Okay, example, you got this one. In the logs, you have seen that rules common rule set. Now what you can do, you can select this one. Go to the edit. Go to the edit. Now what you have to do, you need to edit this one. Example, what I'm saying, this particular one, example I'm telling guys, okay? This particular cross-site scripting body, it is blocking. You saw that in the logs, this particular one. By default, rule action is block only. Then what you have to do? If it is mandatory to enable it, you have to come here and you have to give the override to allow. Or if you want to give the count also, you can give it count parameter, count as well. Okay, fine. This part is clear. Everything's fine. Then don't go directly override to allow mention here. You need to discuss with your internal team and also your manager and team lead, get the approval, then go ahead and add it here. If it is a mandatory only, we have to add it. If you have any workaround for them, okay, application team, they can check it from their end. I mean to say developer, they can modify it, they can do that. If it is mandatory, it is impacting, then what we will do, right? We'll come here and then in this particular cross-site scripting body, instead of block, I'm going to keep it allow or count parameter. Okay, count parameter, it will count how many requests coming, everything. Allow, it will be allow everything. Okay, now you can save it too. Now it will showcasing here what it is going to happen. These are the two tools we have override. One is existing URI path and second one is body one. Okay, now yes, proceed. Now you can come here. Now if you see here you can see that, here you can see the specific one. Here the specific one we have done. Now you can save it this one. Okay, now we have done this particular one. Now you can go here. Now you can come down and here we can see that body also we have mentioned that allow. Now what you have to do? Again, you have to inform to whoever raised the ticket. You have to inform to them to verify it from their end. Then it should be good. Understand, right? This is the process of troubleshooting. This is the process of troubleshooting. First, you need to get that particular DNS name, whether it is application load balancer or network load balancer. If it is application load balancer, yes, you have to come to the WAF. In the WAF level, whether it is associated or not. If it is not associated, it is not an issue with the WAF level. Okay. If it is associated, then what you have to do, you need to check where exactly it is blocking, which rule it is blocking. Everything will be displayed in the logs. So you can go to the logs and you can verify it. Okay. Clear, right? Any questions now? Any questions? Fine. This is the process of blocking the specific IP address. I have blocked this one. That's why I'm not able to access. Now what I'm going to do, you have blocked this one, but you need to be allow the specific IP. After you got to know that the particular IP it is not malicious, what you can do, you need to allow the specific IP. Then what you can do, now you can go here. You can go to the rules. From here, you can select this one, delete the specific one. Okay, delete this one. In case the particular rule set, if you have a multiple in the particular IP set, if you have a multiple, you wanted to delete only specific IP, you can come here and then you can select this one. You can select this one. You can select this specific one. You can delete this here. You don't require to delete in the rules level. Just you can delete in the IP set specific IP. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Any questions? Now we are going to discussing about monitoring and logging AWS WAF activity. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. For that one, you can go here in the WAF. Here we have a WAF. Okay. In this WAF, we already configured that infra one. Okay. Coming to the monitoring part, I will show you. Now you can click this one. And as I said earlier, in the traffic overview, and here we can see that how many blocked one, allowed one, everything can see it here. And here we can see the total 21 requests. Here it is 14 blocked one. Okay. And then 7 allowed one. We haven't gave any captcha one challenge. That's why it is showing that 0 only. We haven't get anything. Understand it? Here we can see the specific information. And also here we can see that action totals, how many actions, where it is coming. It is coming from India only. How many blocked one, how many allowed, you can see it here. Okay. If you want to see the blocked one, here you can see that when it started, everything you can able to see it here. And then you can come here in this top 10 rules. And here you can see that what are the rules it is applied. One is manage rule, anonymous IP list, blocked list, and also web ACL allowed one and blocked one as well. We already created, right? The specific one, IP blocked one. There we mentioned that our public IP. So after that, when I try to access our application, we got that 403. but later we have deleted. That's why I'm able to get it here. I'm able to access this particular application. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now here? Now you can come down, and any sample of bot detection, we haven't enabled anything. That's why here you're not able to see it. And also here we can see the client device types. Whether it is desktop, whether it is mobile, it will be display. Everything, whatever we hit that particular URLs, we hit through laptop only, system only. That's why it is showing that desktop only. Okay. And also here we can see that attack types, whether it is bad bots or non-user agent. Here it is displaying everything. How many, whether it is India, United States, Japan, everything here it is displaying. Okay. And if you want to filter, you can filter a specific one as well. And also here we can see the top 10 countries. And here it is displaying. One is India, US, and also Japan. Here it is displaying everything. Okay. And here also we can see the specific info. And also here we can see the top 10 managed rule labels. And here we can see the hosting provider IP list, and also bad bots. Everything can able to see it. How many? Everything can able to see the graph here. Okay. And also request terminated by the specific managed rule groups, whatever. And here it is how many request is blocked. The particular role terminated. Here you can see that 457, it is 3. And also here we can see the total 5. Okay. Here you can see that one. Okay, fine. And also, as I said, in the sample request, here you can see that your request as well, how it is happening, everything. Here you can see that all the requests, what are the requests came. And also here we can see that a specific source IP, what is the source IP, okay, whether it is allowed or not, okay, whether it is blocked or not. Here you can see the specific one, whether it is blocked, specific one or not. Everything can able to see it here. Okay, fine. This monitoring, I mean, seeing the overview, traffic overview, you can see it here. But what we are going to do now, we are going to enable the logging. We are going to enable the logging. Now you can select that logging metrics. Okay, logging metrics, and then here you can enable this one. And here most important, when it comes to the production infra, some other web ACLs, depends on project to project. They may choose CloudWatch logs. It means we'll be store that logs in the CloudWatch only. Here you have to remember, if you store it in the CloudWatch, it will little bit cost high. Okay. And also if you want to be store it in the data firehouse also, you can do that one. Okay. If you want to be store it in the S3 we can store it. Remember, S3 is little bit cost wise, little bit less, but I highly recommend, I mean, depends on project to project. If it is a production one, right, we'll be store it in the CloudWatch only. But in our case, I'm going to show it in the CloudWatch only. Now here, when you select the CloudWatch, here it is expecting that log group name should be AWS-WAF-logs- and you can give any name. The name should be start with AWS-WAF-logs. Currently, we don't have anything. That's why it is showing that empty. Now, what I'm going to do, you can copy this one. I'm going to create the log group. Create the log group here. Create a new. And then here I'm mentioning that specific one, -infra -web ACL. Okay. Infra means infra one, right? That's why we mentioned that. Here, most important, when you create the log group, you have to be decide how many days you wanted to maintain the logs. Whether you wanted to maintain last 3 days logs only. You can select here. And here we can say log class, and whether it is standard one or infrequent one. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm selected the standard one. And if you want to give that KMS key also, you can do that. But currently I'm not giving. This is optional. Just to create this one. Okay. Now we have created the log group. Now you can go here. Now you can refresh this one. And here you can see that your log group, that is standard one. Now you can select this one. Fine. And in case if you want to be exclude specific type of fields, you can do here. But usually we won't do this exclude option here. But you can ignore it. We wanted to capture everything. HTTP method, query, URI path, single header, everything we need to do that. Okay. Now you can click the save. Now if you see here, now we have added the specific one. The top insight is now available. Here we can see that the specific logs will be stored in this particular CloudWatch only. Now you can go to the CloudWatch, select this one. Now you can come down a little bit. Currently still we don't have any request. That's why it is you're not seeing anything. Once you set up right, you have to wait for at least 30 seconds. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this particular URL. Let's see. I'm hitting multiple times. Okay. I'm hitting multiple times. Okay, super. Now you can wait for a few seconds so that you can see it in the CloudWatch as well. Okay. Fine. Any questions now? And also, if you go here, once you enable this logging, right, in the CloudWatch logs insights also, you can directly search from here as well. You can directly search from here. You can select the specific top 10 IP addresses, countries, everything it is displaying. You can select the specific one, and then you can execute here. Here also it will be displayed. Okay. Initially, just now we have set up, right? It may take little bit time to update whatever we hit that particular one, everything. It will take little bit time to visible here. Okay. We can wait for few seconds so that we'll get to know. You can go to that CloudWatch, okay, group, and here you can see that US East one, right? We have, that's why here. Now you can click this one, and here it is displaying all the log. If you expand this one, and here you can see that when it started, what is the format version, and Web ACL, that is the Web ACL ARN, this is our ARN, okay, which region, everything, and termination rule ID, that is the default one, it is allow only, and also here you can see that action, whether it is allow or deny, allow or blocked one. Here you can see that allow only, okay, and here you can see that what are the match details, and also source, whether it is the application load balancer or whether it is the API gateway, it will be displayed here. And also here you can see that HTTP source ID as well. That is our load balancer name. If you go here in the load balancer, and here you can see that, right, app slash that particular HTTP-ALB, the particular ID. Same thing here, you can see that one. Okay. And here, whatever we added the rules, here it will be displayed. This particular rules, as I said, right, if anything blocking, right, in this particular rules only we can easy to know where it is blocking everything. Okay. We have attached total 3 rules. That's why here it is displaying only 3 rules. If you remember, if you go to the rules, here we have added only 3, right? The particular 3 it is displayed here. Okay. Fine, right? And also here we can see that any rate-based rule group rule set, if you have anything, we can do that. And also here we can say HTTP request. It is coming client IP. It is my public IP, where it is coming from the request. Okay. Country, whether India, US, UK, it will be displayed here. And the headers, right? What is the URL? What is the host name? What is the cache control? Okay. And also here we can see that specific one. Okay. User data, accept, everything you can able to see it here. Now you can come down, whether priority, what is that one? And also here we can say HTTP version, whether it is get method or post method, here we can see that. Okay, request ID, what is the request ID? Everything you can able to see it here. But here, you can, if you want to be troubleshooting the log events, very difficult. That's why what we will do, right? Highly recommend we'll be use the log events. Log insights, not the events, log insights. In the log insights, you can do it here or in the WAF level only, in the dashboard, in the WAF level only, we have a CloudWatch log insights. Now you can select this one, and here you can get the specific one. Example fields, what are the fields? I need only timestamp and message, whatever message we have, right? The 2 I need to display, and then sorted by that particular timestamp in the descending order. Okay. Limit, it will be display 20. Okay. Now if you run this one, run this query, here it will be display what are the requests came. We hit that multiple times, right? That's why here it is displaying. Okay. Similar, whatever it is showing that in the log events, the particular log group, everything it will be here. Okay, same. If you see here, everything it is displayed here. Now, if you want to be troubleshoot, I wanted to check specific load balancer. Okay, specific load balancer, whether it is allowed or not. For that one, what you can do, right? You can use this query. If you see here, example fields, timestamp, and HTTP request dot client IP. Why we have mentioned that HTTP request dot client IP? The reason here in this here, if you see here, where is that? Go here. Select this one in the logs group. Select the log group stream, log stream, and you can expand this one. If you see here, the particular client IP, where it is coming inside the HTTP request. Inside the HTTP request, we have a client IP. It means HTTP request dot client IP. That's why we have mentioned that HTTP request dot client IP here. Same thing, HTTP request dot country. If you see here, this HTTP request dot country is under HTTP request only, right? That's why we mentioned that HTTP dot country. Understand, right? That's why you have to mention same thing URI. URI also, if you see here, URI also it will be same only. You can come down a little bit. Somewhere it will be, it should be there, URI. Here you can see that URL. Okay, HTTP request dot URL. Okay. Now what is the next one? Terminating rule ID or HTTP source ID. We are doing that, and also we mentioned that filtering. We are mentioning the specific our Web ACL ARN. Web ACL ARN. How do we get this particular Web ACL ARN? If you remember earlier, we have downloaded that JSON file. There we have we got that particular Web ACL ARN. Now we can mention that particular one here, and then action. Whether you want to be troubleshoot, is there any blocked one or allowed one? If you see here, action like allow, it means it will be display allow in this particular Web ACL. Okay, and also we are mentioning the condition here, this particular specific load balancer. Why we have mentioned the specific load balancer? The reason is, in this particular Web ACL, we may added the multiple load balancers, but I wanted to check specific load balancer. Then what you have to do? You need to use and option and HTTP source ID like this one. HTTP source ID like this one. Where can we get this particular source ID? Remember, HTTP source ID is nothing but our load balancer name. If you go here in the load balancer, and here you can get it app/http-alb, the particular one. Okay, clear? Same thing we have mentioned, and here we can mention that sorted, timestamp and descending order. I need only descending order. Now you can copy this one. Now you can go here. Okay, now you can go here. What you can do? Here you can mention this one. Now you can click the run query. Okay, now what will happen? It will be display only allowed one. Remember guys, it will be display only allowed traffic. Okay, understand, right? That's why here display. And one more thing, whatever you are giving in the filter option, if you see here, whatever you are giving the fields, right? These fields only it will be displayed. In our case, we do have multiple fields, right? We do have multiple fields. If you see here, timestamp, there are a lot of things, but in our case, I need only these fields from the particular logs, right? I need only these fields. That's why we mention here. Whatever you mention these fields, right? It will be display here. If you see here, we come down a little bit. Here it will be display timestamp, request, client IP, country. It will be displayed these things only. Okay, and everything's allow only. The reason we mentioned that here allow. In case if you want to be check the block one, if you want to be check the block, now you can mention here block, and then you can run this query. Okay, run this query. If you see here, now whatever is blocked one, it will be displayed. If you see here, one of the client IP, it is blocking. Now you can select this one, this particular whatever they are trying to do that URL, right? It is blocking. Okay, here it will be displayed the specific one, and here you can check the specific IP. What is that source IP? The client IP. Okay, and here also you can see this HTTP request dot client IP. That one we mentioned that. That's why we got this one. Okay, any questions? This is the process of troubleshooting. This particular query I will be updating that GitHub repo. Don't worry. Okay, and here you have to remember, just take this example and try to do that whatever your ARN, and also whether it is allow or not, and also you can try with the fields as well. Here we mentioned that fields, right? Very easy way to define the fields. You can go here in the Web ACL in the log stream, right? Here you can see that. Where is that? Sorry, you can come down, and here you can see that HTTP request country, other particular one, HTTP request dot URL. If you need this field, you can go ahead and take this field, and you can mention in the field section. Okay, in the field section, you have to mention that one. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Any questions now? Fine. This is the process of troubleshooting. I hope understand, right? Everything WAF, what is the WAF? How do we create? How do we apply the load balancer? Associate the load balancer? How do we create the rules? Either it is managed one or customized one. How do we block the specific IP? Okay, everything we saw that, and also I have showcased that logs troubleshooting. Okay, and again I'm repeating. Earlier I already said you have to be know if something issue happen, whether it is web-based WAF level issue or not, you have to be identified. If it is the application load balancer, you have to be check it here whether it is associated or not. If it is not associated, it was not an issue with the WAF. If it is associated, now you have to check the logs. Whatever I have showcased that, you have to check the logs where exactly it is blocking. It will be display here, guys. Here it will be display which rule it is blocking. here it will be displayed. Currently, we don't have any blocked, right? That's why it is not displaying here. Usually it will be displayed here. Depends on that one. You have to be check it. And also 1 second. Now you can come down here. Okay. Yeah, if you see here, rule group ID, here it is this particular rule. The inside the rules, it is using the specific one, it is blocking. Okay, here you can see that specific non-user agent header. Okay, this one it is blocking. Where it is blocking? This particular whatever rule group we have, this particular rule group only. Now what you have to do, you need to go to the rule group and you have to be, if you want, you can allow the specific one. And also here it will be display that manage rule group or customer one, it will be displayed here, customized one. Okay, everything's fine, right? Please have a look this one. And also we have a documentation as well. This is the AWS related documentation. Here you can see that action, what is the action, whether it is allow block, what are the arguments, everything you can able to see it here. Okay, please have a look. HTTP source side is nothing but our application load balancer one. Here we have application load balancer one. If you set up for CloudFront, you have to check the CloudFront. API gateway, you have to check it. Okay, clear, right? And the here HTTP source name, if it is the application load balancer, it is come ALB. If it's an Amazon API gateway, that is the API. Now we are going to discussing about deletion of Web ACL or cleanup Web ACL. Let's say the demo. Our practice is completed, right? So now what we can do, we can clean up everything. For that one, you can go to the WAF and then go to the Web ACL. And then here you can select this particular Web ACL in the specific region. And then you can delete this, click the delete option. Okay, it will ask yes or no. I mean, type the delete one, give the delete. Now it will be delete. Once you delete, right, you can't revert back. Please careful when you are deleting. But we are doing the practice, so you can delete it. Okay. Now if you see here, when you try to delete this WAF, what is throwing the error? This particular WAF, it is we already associated that particular what is that? Load balancer, right? That's why it is throwing the error. First, what you have to do, you need to dissociate. Now you can click this specific resources, associated resources. Just click dissociate, and here it is asking the remove. Yes, you can click the remove here and then dissociate. Okay, now we have deleted. Now what you can do? Now you can go here and check it. Let's say, what is that? Yeah, now you can select this one, delete, and then here you can type it delete, and then you can click the delete. Now if you see here, Web ACL is deleted. Now what you have to delete? You have to delete the load balancer as well, because we have created that load balancer and we pointing to Route 53, right? That's why just go ahead and delete this load balancer as well. Delete, and you can click the confirm. Okay. And the next one, what you have to do, you need to delete the target group. Usually target group, it won't be charged, but if our practice is completed, that's why I'm deleting the target group as well. Delete this one. Yes. And then you have to delete the EC2 instance as well, because in the particular target group, we have attached the EC2 instance. This one also I'm going to delete it. Okay. Terminate this one. Okay. Clear, right? This is the process of deletion, cleanup, everything, so that it won't be charged much. Remember, again, I'm telling, not only this one, anything, if you are practicing anything, right? Once your practice is completed, try to delete this, everything. Okay. And one more thing, remember, if you purchase, if you take the AWS Shield one, advanced one, okay, this is monthly charges 3,000, as I said, dollars per month. If you use this Shield advanced one, okay, this WAF and FM Firewall Manager, both are free. If you use this AWS Shield one, this WAF and Firewall Manager, both are free only. Okay, clear, right? Fine. Any questions now? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, and also we have a Tech Call with Murli website. In this website, I already published all the DevOps related courses. If you are planning to enroll the course, you can use DevOps. You can come here and you can enroll here. Here we have a different plans: 1 month, 3 months, 6 months plans. You can have it. You can come here and you can enroll it. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next video.